What does Liz Warren, Senator Warren, need to do to get her campaign off the ground? She is potentially one of the top tier candidates.
Number one, there's going to be a lot of tears.
Right.
Like, let's just talk about that. I think our primary is going to look very much like the Republican primary for 16. So first of all, the fact that she's hiring up and is hiring folks who have extensive experience with President Obama, I'm assuming she's going to reach out to Hillary Clinton staffers. That's supremely important. Her top level staffers, who is she identifying that have a track record of success? Knowing what her, as MJ just talked about, her bread and butter issues are, and knowing how to speak about them is going to be very important. Elizabeth Warren, to me, has this effect of a professor in school that you took kindly to. I don't know how that is going to play in a presidential election. And so we were kind of talking about this on the break, but I will leave it there.
No, we can talk about that because obviously people talk about who they like, and likability is an important part of that, whether it's a man or a woman. One of the things that's interesting also, though, Kirsten, is that Warren is one of at least 5 potential 2020 candidates who's met with Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State and 2016 Democratic nominee, in an attempt to court her support. Sources tell CNN that along with Warren, the list includes Senators Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, and Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. Do they want her on the trail? Do they want her advice? What are they looking for, you think?
Hillary? Well, I mean, look, there were a lot of, I mean, more people voted for Hillary than voted for Donald Trump. And, you know, as much as people like to say she's not popular, she actually has a lot of people who really love her. So I think it is important to get her support. I don't think endorsements typically make or break campaigns. I think Barack Obama's would be more important, frankly, because he is so universally beloved in the Democratic Party. And because getting African-American votes is the most important thing for anybody who's running in a Democratic primary and running in a general election as a Democrat. And so I think that he and Michelle Obama also would be another person who I think any candidate would love to have out campaigning.
They'll all probably sit out the primary, I would think. One thing that really struck me from her interview the other night with Rachel Maddow was when she came out, not in favor of the process, but in favor of the end goal when it came to President Trump and removing troops from Syria and Afghanistan. Here's a short clip.
I think it is right to get our troops out of Syria, and let me add, I think it's right to get our troops out of Afghanistan. I think that everybody who keeps saying, no, 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 we can't do that in the defense establishment needs to explain what they think winning in those wars look like.
She went on to explain she doesn't like the way that President Trump has been doing it, but she agrees with the end goal. That's what Democrats used to sound like before 9/11.
Here on Earth, too, I agree with Elizabeth Warren about the idea of explaining. And she agrees with Donald Trump about getting out of these two places. So there are so many strange dynamics at play here, and the foreign policy part is going to be part of it, because it is going to be painful for people to agree with Donald Trump too much. And on this, they may in the Democratic primary. I will also say this might be, this is damning with faint praise, but I think that Senator Elizabeth Warren is appreciably better than Hillary style-wise. But she's made some big mistakes, the DNA test being one of them, and the history that preceded that. What I do know is that a crowded primary definitely ends in a totally uplifting win that doesn't at all divide the party. To borrow a phrase, it ends in a lot of tears.
We're running out of time, but quickly, your thoughts on the anti-war part of this.
Well, I mean, I think that's in some ways more a product of Donald Trump being an odd fit for the Republican Party than Elizabeth Warren's position being an odd fit for the Democratic Party. But she's smart for getting in while the air is a little more clear, and the one thing you as a candidate can never make more of is time.
Interesting. Thanks so much, one and all. Appreciate it.